What's up everybody, Danny's here and we are back at it again with another video. But before we get into it, make sure you guys check out all the links in the description below. So, we are finally getting two new Nintendo 64 games. That would be Rayman 2, The Great Escape, and also Tonic Trouble, which means we're finally getting a new Rayman game. I'm so happy to get Rayman 2, The Great Legends on the Nintendo 64 on the Nintendo Switch. That's what I was going to say, definitely. So, the one new game I'm excited to play on the Nintendo 64 is Rayman 2, The Great Escape. Because I have played Rayman before. I used to play Rayman Legends back when it was released on the Wii U. I used to play it on the Wii U, definitely. Rayman Legends. Because I've seen the video, like, 12 years ago, Rayman Legends, the video game trailer for the Wii U. I was like, oh, you know what? I was thinking to get this game for the Wii U. And it was phenomenal. I used to play Rayman Legends on the Wii U. It was really amazing. But let me know, have you guys played Rayman Legends still? I would like to know in the comments below, definitely. But Rayman 2, The Great Escape, is going to be an amazing game for the Nintendo 64. Because everybody was posting on X, aka Twitter, and they said that Rayman 2, The Great Escape has finally returned to the Nintendo 64 on the Nintendo Switch. And a lot of people were completely excited, like me, for sure. And now we have Tonic Trouble, which is like another game which is kind of like, I don't know, what do we say? But I think Tonic Trouble is kind of like Rayman 2, The Great Escape. Because definitely Tonic Trouble has a complete reference. Because I think Tonic Trouble is like toxic trouble, actually. I think that's what it is, though. Tonic Trouble, which is also known as toxic trouble. Definitely. Because they added tonic without toxic. Because there's a big difference between tonic and toxic. Like a different spelling. If you take a look of Tonic Trouble, because it's kind of like double trouble for sure, though, definitely. But two new games we're definitely excited to see on the Nintendo 64. I know the recent update we got was the NES and the Game Boy, which means for the NES we had Ninja Gaiden 2, Battletoads, and then for the original Game Boy we have Bionic Commando and Kid Icarus. Man, I wanted to see Bionic Commando on the NES. I wish Nintendo actually released Bionic Commando for the NES on the Nintendo Switch, but I'm hoping that for sure, though. But let me know, are you excited for Rayman 2, The Great Escape, and Tonic Trouble on the Nintendo 64 on the Nintendo Switch? Let me know in the comments below if you guys are excited. And I'm excited, though, definitely. That's for sure, though. But also what I am noticing, alright? So for sure, though, because Nintendo releases only one game a month. Now they're doing 2 games a month, that's for sure, though. Because it's that time of the year that Nintendo does lots of content update in the future, update for Nintendo Switch Online or Nintendo Classics, but definitely, though, I would say it's phenomenal. It's amazing to see Rayman 2, The Great Escape on the Nintendo Switch. Definitely. And also, it does require a Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack in order to play any N64 games. But also, though, there is a rewind feature for the Nintendo 64, and that is required only for the Nintendo Switch 2, and not for the Switch 1. So you'll see the comparison, because Nintendo has updated the features from Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2, because if you have a Nintendo Switch 1, you will not get the rewind feature, but if you have a Nintendo Switch 2, yes, you will get the rewind feature. I'm hoping they'll work on that for the Nintendo GameCube, because they used to work on the rewind feature 6 years ago for the NES, and then they did it for the Super Nintendo, and now they're going to do it for they did it for the Nintendo 64 on the Nintendo Switch 2. They also did it with Sega Genesis, Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, but they'll work on the rewind feature for the Nintendo GameCube. So we got to wrap it up here, and that's going to wrap it up here for today's video. Let me know what you guys think of those 2 Nintendo 64 games on the Nintendo Switch. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you guys are new to this channel. Make sure to hit that bell notification every time you get notified when I post a video. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you all next time. Peace!